Good evening. Welcome to Investigator News, and this is Friday, and Friday means it's trivia night. And hello to William. William, those girls are gonna get you tonight. Yeah. So a Blinken, folks. Man, am I fuzzy? I guess I don't know. I'm just having all kinds of computer glitches. I guess. Um, Blinken. Um, So the former CIA official testified that then Biden campaign senior advisor, now Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken played a role in interception. And what it was is the Hunter Biden laptop was a part of the Russian disinformation campaign. Now, former CIA Deputy Michael Morell, I'm sorry, testified before the House Judiciary Intelligence Committees and revealed that Blinken was um, basically had lied. And the public statement signed for October 2020 implied that the laptop belonged to Hunter Biden was Russia hacking. Now, um, I'm all, this is election, can I say election interference? In a way, it's something that has to be looked at for the rules of the election and your campaign. It might just be a campaign issue, or you can get a fine for it. I don't think it's very much, but I think he needs to be impeached. He has everything that this administration has told us is it just lie after lie after lie, and it's being. Um, what got me was the Times, folks. The Times put an article out today that said basically he needs to be impeached. He needs to be tried for maybe even treason to the United States, because if he's going to lie and lie and lie, and we've caught him and Garland and Mayorkas and even some of the Democrat senators and congressmen, what are we to believe anymore? Cameron, yeah, I know, and I'm not sure why it's fuzzy. I'm not sure. Let me see if I take myself out and put me back. Hmm. Nope. I'm not sure. William, I think they're after me is the deal. Because, we had my show go down the other day, and now I'm fuzzy and I'm not sure why. It worked fine. It worked great last show. I don't know. It doesn't help to sit back farther or anything. It just gets worse. So I don't know. I think they're after me. Yeah. Um, but with with what Blinken did, and I called him one of the reindeer, and he's not even worthy of being a reindeer now. Um, we had the Times. That's what I was saying. The Times it even stepped in and said this that um, that how wrong this was, and that now it looks like the Times have turned against Anthony Blinken. And so they were notifying uh, him that the panels are conducting an oversight with the intelligence matters on jurisdictions. They said they're examining the public statement signed by 51 former intelligence officials that falsely discredited the New York Post story. So, do you guys remember that? It was, I don't even see the letter on here, but Biden mentioned it during the campaign. He said there's 50 uh, CIA, he said CIA, FBI, and others that signed that this thing was a Russian hack. He said it in rebuttal to him and Trump in a debate. Um, so you got, I don't know, maybe my viewers remember that on the debate, and this is what he mentioned. Well, now we're finding out we knew it was his. We knew it was his laptop. his laptops. There's three. There's three servers, I believe. There's two different laptops, and the things that they found on his phone. Um, so we know for a fact now that it was Hunter Biden's, and everything on there is true. And so now maybe the media and maybe the Times will start presenting what is on this laptop, like what we've been doing for years now, since what 2019, I believe, is when we found out about him through Rudy Giuliani, and and he was telling everybody what was on it, and they kept saying that, and they even rated him for it. And he even said they took two of the servers, and he said, well, do you want this one? Oh no, we don't want that one. We don't want that one. And then they came back and re-rated him, and took it. So that not only did he get rated once, he got rated twice over those laptops. And then, of course, they claimed he was a liar. I think Blinken owes Rudy Giuliani a big apology, and then he needs to be put up before the people, and he either needs to resign or we need to impeach him. Uh, and some of these other ones, Buttigieg too. What Buttigieg has done and lied about, and what Mayorkas has done and lied about. I mean, even Mayorkas has broke um, border laws. It was listed the other day in one of the hearings. One of the senators listed three things that he has done that has gone against what he is supposed to be doing for his job. And it's a law. That's not something he could just break. So now we got that has come out. And then Garland is getting caught up in lies. Now, how is Blinken supposed to go? Because he usually goes over and talks to ambassadors and sometimes leaders in other countries. How is he supposed to even face them people? He's a laughing stock. That's why he needs to be replaced. So now the other thing, folks, boy, this really gets me. We have Bush, Obama, and Clinton team up with American Express to fly migrants into American communities. Um, it's the NGO called it Welcome to the United States. It's initially launched to work with President Joe Biden's administration in resettling some 85,000 Afghanistan from 2021 to 2022. Now, are they going to let us know who these guys are? No. But did you hear who ganged up? Okay. It was, and boy, I tell you, Bush, Obama, and Clinton. Now, what does that tell you about George Bush and the Bush family? I have been saying this since Barry Seal, that Reagan was the true Republican. Bush was I say, an imposter, just like Asa Hutchinson, because Asa Hutchinson's running for president, folks. He's a Democrat. All of his campaign funds come from Hillary Clinton. So now we have George Bush teamed up with the Clintons and Obama. I mean, we don't see anybody else of importance that's teaming up with them. Boy, I hope my trivia isn't fuzzy. Listen, I'm going to go to the first one to see and hope this isn't fuzzy for you guys. All right. No, it's nice and pretty. Good. I'll just keep myself off the screen. So, um, that's what, yeah, you're right. It is, um, right there. That, Susan, that statement right there is what 60% of the country is saying right now. It's starting to get to the Democrats too. And I have to remind Democrats, if you're watching, I know I say a lot of bad things about Democrat politicians. I feel sorry for the voters because you guys have been duped. You guys are getting messed up just like we are. Your gas prices are high. Your utilities are high. Your food costs are high. You're being lied to about the Hunter Biden thing as much as we are being lied to. And it's time that the Democrats stand up and say they're not going to tolerate it. I think isn't that um, what Kennedy is saying too, that they've went too extreme, and he wants to go back to what the Democrats really stood for. I don't know, folks. All right, so everybody got this one. All right, I think I had this one on one of the last shows. Um, okay, we don't have Linda G in here, or Linda in Illinois. Where are they? Or DB. You know, folks, I've been watching pictures of DB, and he looks so happy. Him and his, I think it's his wife and his grandkids and his kids. It's good to see a smile on his face. So, all right. Yeah, Karen, you'll get us in trouble. Karen, do you have is you have a wrench on this platform with network? Because Mary said she lost hers on both. So, all right. So let's go on to the answer, and we'll move on with the news too. Answer is romaine. Answer is romaine. All right. Which country is Tasmania a part of? Which country is Tasmania? Okay, so you're good. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure. All right, so Bush and Obama and Clinton, they're teaming up, and they're going to pay for Afghanistan with American Express. Get rid of it. If you got an American Express card, dump it. You know, because that's what works when we dump their products, and then they go, ouch. Yeah. So they're going to team up, and they're going to, and get this, Jim Jordan was asked here, um, I must say about a month or two ago, if we knew where they're putting these Afghans and who they are. And you know, this administration will not tell us. It's considered classified. So who did they bring in? You know, huh? Or why aren't we allowed to know who these people are? If any of them are Taliban, we need to know that, and we need to know where they're going to put them up at, and how much taxpayers are paying for. Because this is all the stuff they don't want you to know. Now, did you? And also, um, let me get these down. Um, The other thing is this debt thing that they got going on. Now, the Republicans and the Democrats are way mad at it for want to do. It's right about 1.7 trillion on a ceiling, which means that the uh, any budget that goes through isn't going to go above that. They want to stop this printing of the money. And when I seen what the Democrats have proposed, I could see the guy, William. Now I know this guy. He's not all what he's cracked. Everybody thinks he's cracked up to be, but the guy, the head of the Fed, that raises the um, um, interest on us. I could just see him holding his chest and saying, "Oh my God, what are they thinking?" Because they came out, and it was AOC, Bernie Sanders, and a few others that said they want to, this bill that they want to spend $50 trillion on the Green New Deal alone. 50, and they said it could go up as high as 90 trillion. Now, we have only been doing one, they did what, 7 trillion on one of their last bills? And look what it did to inflation to this country. Can you imagine $50 trillion? Um, that should just shock. Not shock. That should piss everybody off. I mean, and like I said, I could see the guy with the Fed holding his chest, going, "Oh my God, what are they thinking?" Because can you imagine what he would have to raise the interest rate to? And can you imagine if we had our gas go up $1 just in what they've spent now. This is times stupid. I mean, gas would be crazy price. So would eggs. Eggs is at some places $9 a dozen. Now, can you imagine if it went up that much? We might be paying $30, $40 for eggs. How about $20 for a loaf of bread? Yeah, but you remember Bernie Sanders? Oh, he wants us to be just like Venezuela. Well, welcome to Venezuela. And the people that fled from there, they're going to be awful disappointed when they find out that not only is there no jobs, but they're going to be paying what they were paying in Venezuela. They're going to flee back. So, all right. Um, let's get this one and we'll move on. Um, wow, 50 trillion. So the answer's Australia. Answer's Australia. At least this isn't fuzzy. All right. International music sensation ABBA originate from which European country? Where's ABBA from, folks? A lot of these are music tonight. I threw a lot of music in this. So does anybody know where? I think William did because it was he could move there. Yeah, Bernie. No, don't let Bernie Sanders move down there because Venezuela's mellowing out and they're starting to have a better economy down there. I heard, boy, where was it? Somewhere down in South America, it's super, super cheap to live, and you can get almost a mansion for what you're paying for a 3, 4 bedroom house here at 100, 200 grand. So, um, so anyway, but yeah, 50 trillion, folks. William, what do you think of that? I mean, this is something you might even bring up, write a little note, and check into it of this 50 trillion for your show Monday. Because that's going to be a big discussion. It's big from what my ladies at the Capitol say is it is causing some serious arguments because are they doing this because um, McCarthy and Biden haven't talked? I think it's 8 weeks. I think it's almost 2 months that Biden has said anything to McCarthy, folks. When has a president never talked to the Speaker of the House? They're making firsts. They're making first. All right. Let's move on. But boy, I sure got my goat, huh? Answer is Sweden. The answer is Sweden. All right, on to the next one. And if you're new and watching, folks, go ahead and put your answers down in the comments and, we'll add you in. Or if you just want to play later, if not, just get the family together, throw some popcorn and uh, have the whole family play. Watch it and have dinner. Or you watch it and eat pizza. All right, next question. Um, who adorned his last piano with 350 pounds of rhinestones? Yeah. All right, let me, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Um, you guys remember Biden's former nuclear waste official? Do you guys remember him? And he stole the luggage. Well, now um, officials and even a judge has said he might need some mental health treatments. They think something's really wrong with him, and if he's been trying to get his job back, and now they're wanting him to get evaluated because he has been not right since he stole the luggage. Um, So, man, I thought I had this hard on you guys. You guys are all going to tie up. It's going to be, since there's three of you in here that are playing, you guys, it's going to be a three-way tie up, And Karen's going to be the one that ties the knot, huh, Karen? Susan and Karen's going to tie William up first, and then the two ladies are going to make sure those knots are really tight on you, William. They're ready to beat you today. All right, so onward. Heck, we might get done early tonight. And the answer is Liberace. The answer is Liberace. You know, Elton John is close, folks. He's been adorning his, and supposedly the piano he has at his house, he's been decorating, and it's getting more and more like Liberace. Um, can you see the almost they're getting close to one another? Uh, Elton John getting so old and decorating and wearing the long coats and the makeup, everything. I'm starting to think that Elton John wants to be, maybe Liberace was his mentor. So yeah, copycat. I don't know, because Elton John, he was his own. He used to wear the weird hats in the 70s. Karen, now help me out with this, because Elton John, he was dressing weird. And he had that space between his teeth. And because a friend of mine, his mom worked at the dental office, and she kept saying, somebody needs to fix his teeth. And she says, how come he wears those weird hats? He'd wear all the weird clothes, weird boots. He dressed really odd back then in the 70s. And then now he's more like Liberace. So, yeah, he's always flashy. He was always, the Flash. Um, so, all right, we're going to get on to the next one. Elton John and Liberace. All right. What rock group's only beardless member is Frank Beard? He's the only one in the group with no beard, but his name is Frank Beard. I got to see these guys. I didn't get up close. I wish I would have. I seen Cheap Trick and got up pretty close. You guys remember Cheap Trick back in the 70s, 80s? Whatever happened to him though? When I seen him, oh boy, quite a few years ago, I looked around and I was like, man, there's a whole bunch of old people here. I was like, wait a minute, I'm old. Bunch of old people here. Yeah. And we all could have drinks and stuff. It was, odd. I seen them at the casino and I got pretty close. And they sang all their old tunes, so I knew them all. I even got the lighter out and did the lighter thing. And then everybody else did it too. So I started something there, you know. Um, it's really weird, folks, to go and see some of these groups. I got a lot of ZZ Top, and um, you know who I love seeing, Karen. And it's one of my favorite groups is Little River Band. They came to Toadsuck a couple years back, and I even got to shake their hands. I got hugs. Um, wow. I mean, it was awesome. It was really awesome to be that close. And I also got close here to Richard Starsky, also known as Ringo Starr. He had a concert here with someone else, and we were on the grass, and it wasn't really publicized, but I got to get up close enough to him that, I mean, it was maybe about 10 feet. I did, I couldn't get up. I couldn't get up close enough to get his hand, but it was just odd to be that close to Ringo Starr. So, all right, Linda in Illinois, welcome. All right, so I believe everybody knew this one too. Linda, they're all just too smart tonight. They just know they know my stuff. I'm gonna have to find something more difficult. Yeah, I thought I got made them hard tonight, but I guess not. All right, and the answer is ZZ Top. ZZ Top. All right, and the next one. What is the name given to the person who directs the orchestra? What is the name given to the person who directs the orchestra? Um, All right. Um, so the federal judge ruled against Alvin Bragg and hands Jim Jordan the big win on him having to go to the hearing. I don't think he is, but we'll see. Because when Trump said no, he never did have to show up. His lawyers did. So expect Alvin Bragg will do the same thing. He'll just send his lawyers in his place. Um, so Well, the YouTube channel, Linda, if it's Investigator News 2, we got a strike. We made YouTube mad. So now we're on Investigator News Network on YouTube. So make sure you got both of them, and then you'll be able to, find us. All right. Uh, um, I don't know how many of you guys do baseball, but the Oakland A's are my favorite team, and they are just fed up with San Francisco. They most of the time play at Candlestick Park, or what's the other one? Oakland Field, and they are tired of people being robbed or mugged, or the homeless, or everything at the expense. And so they are up and moving. There is a brand new ball field down in Vegas. So they are moving to Nevada. So they are leaving California. And this has been, I mean, I have watched the Oakland A's since I was very young. And do I mind? No, I don't blame them. Who wants to go into an Oakland A's game and then figure out a way to get out of the city and possibly get, jumped or carjacked or robbed, or uh, the cost, the cost of everything is so expensive, so expensive. So, uh, I wonder why. Have you been banned, Linda, from YouTube? Wow. I don't know. Maybe I'll throw you a link and see if you can get the link, since you're on my Facebook. Um, I'll send you a link and see if maybe it hooks up for you that way. So, and then, if anything, me and um, Karen can just throw it on throw it in your messenger or on your page for you to watch. And unless you want to watch it through Facebook, because we have a lot that watch it through Facebook and not on YouTube. So, all right, let's keep going. Um, we're not even halfway through yet. And the answer is a conductor. The answer is a conductor. And next, what Beatles single lasted the longest on the charts? 19 weeks. I did this one a couple weeks ago. So you guys had better know that one. All right. So, okay. Dan Bongino, did you guys hear about that? Now, I listened to him this morning on his show, and he said he woke up this morning and they said that he's no longer working for Fox. And he said, how weird, because he didn't know about it. He said he thinks this is a hoax. Um, now I know they did move his show. And they changed the lineups all the time, and his show didn't really get all that many for the viewers. But what he also said was he didn't mind that because with his health, he's wants to spend more time with his family, and so it was a mutual agreement. It wasn't he got fired. Boy, people twist stuff. Um, um, You've been bad. I think. Well, you know what? It's a good thing when you've been bad, Linda. You know why? And I say the same thing. And I told this to William. We must be saying something right, because when YouTube gets mad at you, it's for something they don't want you to say. That's true. It's the truth. and and they'll ban you for it. They'll give you strikes, and it's true facts, but they say it's misinformation. Well, to them, and why? Because they don't want to hear it. That's all it is they don't want to hear the truth. And so they're giving people strikes and they're banning people. They just went through a big, huge ban. I think they usually do 100 channels at a time now, but they'll leave. Okay, get this. They will leave up the gaming channels because my grandson belongs to some of them, and they're typing out the F word in chat, and they never get strikes. They never get banned. They don't have 2 channels or 3 channels, and they can say and do whatever they want. They talk, and they even talk, on them, talking to one another on everything that we're not allowed to say, but they are. Huh. All right. So, Oakland A's. I want to finish and wrap it up. I got an Oakland A's shirt and I got a jersey and um, I got lots of Oakland A's baseball cards. I collect baseball cards, folks. I don't. A lot of people really don't know that. I collect them the through '70s, through the '80s and '90s, and then I stopped. I do in football, some football cards, some basketball cards. I do have a Joe Namath rookie card. It's in pretty good shape, but for the most part, I do collect baseball cards, and I got a whole bunch of um, A's, and most of them were my favorites. And then a lot of them moved over to the Cardinals. So I do like the Cardinals too, because a lot of them moved over there when they left the A's. All right. So everybody is saying, let it be. Let it be. So, what is the Beatles single that lasted the longest on the chart at 19 weeks? Hey Jude. And, it was written for, um, 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 John Lennon's son, Jewel. And so it should have been Hey Jules, but they went ahead and did it Jude instead. But it was originally written for John Lennon's son. So, all right, on to the next one. Like I said, I might end up being done early on a Friday night. Okay, which Elton John? Here we go. Here's Elton John. Uh, which Elton John song did President Donald Trump use to nickname North Korean leader Kim Jong Un? Which song did he give to him? Huh. All right. Um, 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 you know, the thing that gets me with the border lately is um, Biden is now agreeing that we need to let in um, Chinese through our border, no matter what. If it's just all men, even if they're wearing fatigues, that some of them are. He said that it's our responsibility to help them poor people. Um, and if they cannot be detained, they are to be released. And see, that's one of the things in the borders that the Republican Party with foreign affairs is they're looking at is that this is a law is broken because there is a law that everybody must be checked at the border. There is a law. I don't know. I should have brought the law with me today so that you guys can know what it is, because what they're doing right now is bringing the CCP in, and it could be a start of a military invasion. Because, Mexico folks have already said if China lines up tanks in Mexico, they're not going to stop them because they don't want no problems with China. And, and why would the Mexican president mention something so horrible like that if he hadn't heard it from somewhere? Think about it. When these people speak, even our own politicians, when they speak, folks, they know what they're going to say. They know what the speech is going to be. And most of the time, they even know what reporters are going to be there and are pre-selected, or they have the questions so they can have the right answers. Um, Sean, yeah, the John Lennon's second Sean was Sean. He did write um, well, it wasn't a song for Sean, but the end of it, Karen, do you know what the one I'm talking about? At the very end of it, he says something about Sean, about he loves Sean, or it says something at the end of the song. Beautiful Boy, is that what it is? I think that's the one he wrote for Sean, Beautiful Boy. Am I right or wrong? All right, so boy, you guys, Linda, get in there and interfere and cause chaos and have everybody miss a question. So, and the answer is Rocket Man. The answer is Rocket Man. I tell you what, I think everybody's going to get all of them tonight. Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, and Jim Morris and Amy Winehouse all died at what age? And it was called, with the conspiracy theory, they said it was called something. They all died at the same age. So I need the number. And if you know the name of the club that the conspiracy theorists put together, um, let me know that too. So, um, um, so Michigan Senate Committee, they doled out 175 million, and they had voted it in that the Chinese are going to be able to put an EV battery plant in Michigan. Wow. So we have a governor, we have the Democrats in Michigan have now turned on you guys in Michigan to put an EV plant. It's all going to be China's. It's not for us. Well, I mean, do we really think that China, if they're going to build it, they are, we're going to pay for it. They're going to build it. They're going to bring in their EVs. They're going to bring in their own workers. Do you really think that it's going to be for the best of the United States? I don't think so. So, okay. So, all right. No one said what the conspiracy name was. So we'll get it here. Okay. It was called the 27 Club. And it was, okay. So I can't spell conspiracy on there. But they called it the 27 Club. So the answer is 27. 27. Yeah, Ellie does typos. I did that one. I'm gonna I'll fess up to that one. I did that. All right. Which band's name is a reference to a large German airship? Cylindrical in shape. Yeah, it's like that Tic Tac. Hey, the last show, folks, I showed a video of one of the newest films they have out on the recent UFO that they have seen. It was fast. It was way faster than the planes that were in the air, and um, so so um, if you want to watch it, go back and watch. I could only do about a minute of it, just enough for everybody to see it. And you might have to just even stop the video if possible and take a look at it because it's so small. It's like an orb. And I mentioned on the last show about there's the orbs, there's the triangles, and there is the saucers. And this is the three that even the Pentagon agree that they do not know what they are. So, all right, folks, here we go. And the answer is Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin was after that long cylindrical thing um, in Germany. All right, which was the first Ozzy Osbourne album to feature Jake E. Lee on guitar? Now, if you got to be a hard rocker to know this one. So now I'm going to say the next few folks are animal trivia. If that helps you any, that would be the hint that I would give you guys. The next few have to do with animals. So think of this as one of his songs that uh, basically somewhere it's got an animal. So, all right. I got to keep an eye on my time here. Um, the police have now arrested the sixth um, person from the Sweet 16 party. This guy was 15 years old. And they're going to be all charged. And so that makes six of them that were at the party with the gun. Now I'm going with the DJ, and that mentioned early on that it was somebody was being kicked out because of guns. Now it was announced by the mother that anybody that was there at the hall that had a gun had to leave. So I think that's real close to being true. Whether the mother said, if you have a gun, you need to leave, or if whoever has guns, they need to leave. Um, so this one was the arrest of a 15-year-old juvenile from Tuskegee, Alabama. So this is the sixth person. So William, they were all from the same place. Now, I mentioned over a month ago, there was another Sweet 16 party that had about 5 or 6 that showed up. Most of them stayed outside, but if you went inside to the party and shot it up, and it was over gang territory or rivalry. Now, a month later, another Sweet 16 party, and we've got these guys from another city that shows up. Is this a rival? Is this a gang thing? We don't know. This would be, Karen, this would be one of the trials I'd like to sit and watch to hear all the evidence on. So, um, let's see, we got war pigs. I think you guys are going to be surprised if you're an Aussie fan and you said war pigs. Its answer is bark at the moon. Yeah, bark at the moon. All right, then the next one. Big Mama Thornton sang which Elvis song that made him famous? So this is another one that's got to do with an animal. Uh, so the Sweet 16 birthday party, now there's six of them. And they're not even saying if there was some outside that might have been watching, to make sure no cops or nobody was going to run in and stop them. I really do believe this is going to be put as a gang thing. And that's sad. That's really sad. Um, Um, Now, China, again, now we know China flexes its muscles. If you watch us on the World War III report, we say they throw a lot of statements out there. They throw a lot of threats out there. This one here that says any country, this is his new one, any country that opposes China moving in and taking Taiwan um, uh, um, are in danger. So he's threatening other countries that don't agree with him. So my thing was, did Trudeau agree with him? Did Macron agree with him? Everybody that's went over there now to see him, are they agreeing with him on Taiwan? We don't know. Um, and I really did think that we would, um, uh, I'm trying to read this really quick. No, it's basically that there, and he says they're playing with fire. He said, if you're not going to support me, then basically, uh, you know, um, things happen. You could be under fire. You could be. So he's threatening other countries now. Uh, all right, I know everybody got this one. So, uh, so see, Linda, you even got that one. All right, so let's go to the next one. And the answer is hound dog. And did you know that Mama Thornton wrote that, though, folks? Was that new, or did you already know that? Let me know in the chat. Which Material Girl starred in the 1985 movie Desperately Seeking Susan? Material Girl should be your clue there. Well, I can't. Um, now also, um, China reveals new details of Raytheon Lockheed sanctions. Um, this is something that uh, I don't know why no one said anything, and I found it military.com. China revealed that two U.S. weapons manufacturers, including the ban on the Chinese company doing business with them. China imposed the trade and investment sanctions in February, and this was on Lockheed Martin and Raytheon Technologies. And not only that, the missile and defense, and the first supplying weapons to Taiwan. Uh, what they're saying is they may go elsewhere, or they're going to have their own way of making what they need for military goods and military equipment. And so they're going to put a ban on them. So my question is, did everybody realize that China was buying from Raytheon and Lockheed? I know me and William knew. Um, but all these countries go to the same type of builders of a lot of military equipment, especially the planes. So uh, you don't know this one, huh? All right, Susan. Let's see, Susan and uh, you didn't even know who Mama Thornton was. She was Mama Thornton was a jazz singer, blues, rhythm and blues. He started. Elvis started um, blues and jazz before he did what they call rock and roll, and that's where he got a lot of his music from, was the blues. He loved it. It's like Bill Clinton. Everybody knows he plays the saxophone. He loves the music, the blues from Louisiana. He was huge on Louisiana. Um, and, it surprised me, that he could even play an instrument. But yeah, he played the saxophone. Uh, who was it? Arsenio Hall he was on and played the saxophone. So if you guys didn't know that, I doubt he could do it now. I really doubt he could do it now. He looks bad. So all right. So um that's who Mama Thornton was. All right. So uh I think we only got one. Susan's disappeared, I think. I think she's getting a rope for William. The answer is Madonna. The answer is Madonna. All right, on to the next. Who is the most popular lounge singer of all time? It doesn't say, I'm going to say of all time. Um, and see that they don't do really lounge things much anymore. Um, they got away from them and just do concerts. But who is the most popular lounge singer? Uh, so okay. I want to get these last few in here. Uh, now, boy, I'm on China tonight. I tell you, William, this is something I want us to look into, and I'm going to try to keep this article. Is China's during that leaked information? It gave all the, or they say there could be a new leak now that showed China and their path of um, where they're at, their routes, their training exercises. It was leaked. And China is saying that it's the United States. It wasn't this kid. It was the United States that did this on purpose. And they're talking about doing sanctions against us for the leaks and even encouraging other countries that had their information exposed to do the same thing as put sanctions on the United States, which would be hard on a lot of us if uh, all those different countries uh, basically put a sanction on us for those leaks. I still wonder how come we're not hearing who helped this kid? That's what I want to know. Okay. Um, there is now a smart gun, okay? And this is that the police officers will be getting, along with the creepy dogs or the creepy robot dogs. They are going to be able to get a smart gun that's operating. Uh, it's operating on facial recognition, and it's going on sale in the United States by the end of the year. So, a lot of police officers have been trying this out to where all they got to do is point it, and it has like a camera on it, and it will tell the cops who you are. And so there, it's a facial recognition thing. And so, with so many products now, um, are either listening or watching us. And they're also, this administration wants to put, I think it was 8 billion on putting cameras onto the streets everywhere, just like China has. So, um, all right. So let's see who's got this one. We got Sinatra, Bennett, and Jones. Who got it? And the answer is Sinatra. The answer is Frank Sinatra. So a lot of you got it. Linda got it. I think everybody got it. I'm okay. Okay. On to the last few. We're just about done. Okay, who sang the 1965 James Bond Thunderball? I didn't. I don't even think I watched James Bond in 1965. I know he went way back, but who sang the 1965 James Bond theme, Thunderball? Who did that? Huh? Um, Germany is now beginning to rethinking its plans to sell. Um, William, this is another one we might have for Wednesday. They want to sell one of their major ports to China. Now, why is Germany selling their ports to China, of all places? Or why are they even selling one of their ports? And to me, it starts seeming like Germany's looking for money for their country. And why sell a port um, to Jinping of all people? I mean, they could do it to Australia or us or somebody, but not China. So the other thing, folks, I'm talking about the shootings. They have now the ATF has even come out in one of these hearings that has said that um, what was it, the ATF? I believe so. The guy didn't know what an assault weapon was, and he said they're running out of almost everything, as anything that's been listed as assault rifle that are just flying off the shelves. But he did have to admit that they were wrong when they accused these gun shows of just letting people walk out of the gun shows with a lot of assault weapons. So he did admit to that, but what he did say is that it's hard for anybody to find an AR type gun, whether it's the long one or the pistol, because they're not there no more. They're just gone. So everybody's going out and getting them. Red Cross. Well, let me finish this up. Anybody know? The markets? Nobody knows. Let's see. Okay, and the answer? Tom Jones. So if you said Tom Jones, you got it right. What's the name of the 1957 musical prison drama starring Elvis Presley? So, what was the name of the 1957 musical prison drama starring Elvis Presley? I think it's a song too. Um, uh, and one of the last stories tonight is something very shocking. Now, Christian charities and Red Cross have always been down in Mexico taking care of all these migrants. Well, Christian charities over a year ago decided it was too dangerous in Mexico at the border to help the migrants because of the cartels. So they moved back up on the border, and the Red Cross did stay. And the Red Cross will go down as far as Mexico City. So now the Red Cross has now admitted that it's too dangerous. They've had quite a few people killed, and the fact that they are now in fear of the cartel, and they're going to have to come back across the border, and they could no longer help. So, wow. All right, I know everybody knew this one. So, okay, so let's get this answer. So, even the Red Cross now is saying the cartels are terrorists, and that was something that um, we haven't heard from them or Christian charities that labeled these guys terrorists, and now they are. And that's it, folks. That is it for the show. And let's see, we got, well, yeah. Uh, who do you think won tonight? Anybody have an idea? I thought you guys were going to have to type William up, but it wasn't even William. It, I know. I'm not going to say it was Linda. Don't worry. I say Linda, half a dozen people are going to be mad at me. Saying she came in and halfway through the show, how'd she win? Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So we've got Linda, you had 4. William had 11. Susan had 10. And Karen won with 13. Way to go, Karen, with 13. So congratulations, Karen. You won one. Usually you've been tied up with somebody on, I think, the last 2 wins. And so, um, uh, let's see. Did it come? It only went on 1. I wonder why. No, it didn't. It did it. All right. There we go. So, okay. So, folks, Friday, so we won't be back till Monday. William will have his show on Monday. And then, like I said, I might have a guest Monday for Justice for All. And it's a new show. And then maybe by Tuesday, we will be back on track and back on investigator news too. But please add this channel, folks. And uh, add both channels. Make sure you got both channels. So if we disappear off Investigator News 2, please come here and, we'll still be going. That's why I did it. So when they cut me on one, I can go to the other channel and there won't be any interruptions in our show. Um, so and I'm still blurry. I don't know what the deal is today. So with that, folks, please subscribe, hit the like button, hit that bell. If you haven't been getting notifications for the show, hit the bell. And so you'll be notified when we are on. Also, over there, follow in Facebook. And boy, we gained quite a few this last week on Facebook. And I just want to say for those new people, welcome to the show. And thank you for watching us and helping us. So share and subscribe. And we will see everyone on Monday. So have a wonderful weekend, folks. And thank you for your support. And God bless. We'll see you next week.